Well, it is officially time for that midterm exam. You should have all of the information already that I'm going to talk about here. I just want to make sure to walk through it one more time in case you missed anything the first time. Lots of details. So let's go through those details in Blackboard. Module 8, spring break slash complete the midterm exam. Again, we're starting this week of March 2nd with spring break. There's nothing that you need to do. I'm just opening the exam for you on that date. You just have to have it done the following week by Friday. So you can make that appointment with the testing center this week if you'd like to get it over with, get it out of the way. But it's due on March 13th. So just want to remind you of that. We really have like a 2-week window to get this stuff done. So again, the midterm exam covers chapters 1 through 5 that we've covered so far in this class. That due date is March 13th. You'll see it having a deadline also of 11:45 a.m. That's how I have it listed here. The reason is that's when tests would be collected from anyone taking it in the MCC testing center on that last Friday morning. They close down at noon and collect things at 11:45. Again, it's a paper test, and you'll be taking it at the testing center, or if you've already arranged something else with me at an approved alternative site. Remember, they do require appointments in advance, so make sure you make contact with those testing centers as soon as possible if you have not already done so. Some of you have agreed or said you would come to my own proctoring session on the Thursday night of exam week before that. I think it's the night of the 12th. I'll provide more details about that. There was a survey back in Module 7 that asked you about that. Several of you have said, yes, we'll be there. So I will make sure to provide you the details you need in advance of that date. So a couple of other things in here. Competency Test C. If you haven't finished that yet, attempt 2 is due on Sunday the 1st, and then spring break officially starts on Monday. So I bump you out to the next week for when attempt 3 would need to be done. That's due on March 10th. There is, again, a folder with information specifically about the exam. This is the same thing that was in Module 7. There's an exam overview with terminology to know. There are review questions. Again, this is very similar to what your actual exam would look like. I really recommend you go through that. There's a video about how to make that testing center appointment online if you have not already done so. And then just a review of things you would need to bring to campus and what that exam would actually require in the testing center. Again, with this, going back to this midterm exam review question, pretend that is your actual midterm exam. Take it, give yourself a couple hours with no distractions, just a calculator and your 1 page of handwritten notes. Remember, you can bring 1 page of notes front and back on a regular sheet of paper. It's got to be handwritten, but throw on whatever you think is important, terminology, definitions, some examples, and so on. Use that review to help you build your note sheet. The solutions are also posted there as well. When it comes time to take the exam, make sure you bring a photo ID. It does not have to be your student ID, but it does need to be some sort of photo identification. Remember, the ancient numeration systems, I will provide you with the page that has those, so you don't need to use space on your note sheet for those symbols. Just be sure you know how to use them. I think that's it. That's all we have for these next really 2 weeks. Again, spring break, and then the following week. After that, we'll jump into Module 9 and start with new content. If you have any questions about how any of this works, let me know right away. One other note is that I'm going to be at a conference over our spring break from Monday through Thursday. I'm going to be in Portland. If you have questions and emails, I'll certainly get back to you, but I may just be a little bit delayed because my days are going to be pretty packed while I'm there, but I will be checking emails as well. So best of luck. We will talk soon. Enjoy the week.